All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome in. We are going to be shipping some orders live. We were in the middle of shipping our WN orders, but unfortunately, looks like a bunch of sites went down. So we had to stop doing that. And now we're over shipping all the other platform orders, trying to get these out of the way. Hopefully, by the time I get done with this live, that's all done. And over with so we can start shipping out the other platforms orders. Like I said, it looks like a lot of platforms are down right now. So luckily the other ones we ship on are fine. But yeah, definitely some things happening today, but that's okay. We're gonna get a bunch done. It's a good thing we sell on multiple platforms because if we just sold on one, basically at this point we'd be SOL. We'd be SOL. Let me log in really quick. What's up, Oliver? What's my password over here? I forget. Is it that one? Yeah, I think it's that one. What's up, Teach? Welcome in. Appreciate you guys hopping on in. It's a hot one out here today. You're probably going to hear me panting a little bit. I was just running around the house too, trying to get ready for this live, pulling orders. Hold on, I got a two-step. Okay, just want to verify password. What's up, JT? Welcome in. Can't see you on Facebook? You can't see me on Facebook? If you can't see me on Facebook, there's an issue. There's a lot of issues right now going on. So let me see how it looks on Facebook. I might have to just be on TikTok today because, yeah, a lot of platforms are having issues with everything today. So what up, JT? I know Facebook's been running slow today. Yeah, it doesn't even look like, yeah, it's not even showing on Facebook. There it goes. Okay, it's showing now. Just Restream is running super duper slow. I think they're having the same issues as everybody else, so should be good. It should be coming through now. You guys should be able to see me now. There you are. Yeah, it's just super slow. Everything's super slow. So what happened to WN? I think it's just there's a bunch of platforms use the same like web service, I guess, to put themselves online, and that specific web service is down. Like, I guess Snapchat is down. There's a couple social media platforms that are down, and then other platforms like WN are down. So we're just gonna have to deal with it. Luckily, we have some more stuff to ship. So YouTube should be coming through. Let me see how it looks on YouTube. Man, the internets are all broken today. I could just imagine if you had like a business that runs on this service, you're basically like screwed. You're basically stuck. At least TikTok can see me perfectly fine. Let me open this up. Yeah, it's working. YouTube is working now. How about them Titans? How about them Titans? Man, I'm so glad I didn't watch the game. I think I'm going to retire for this season, not watch any more games. It's just miserable. It's just miserable. Amazon Web Service. Yeah, Amazon Web Service, that's down. Yeah, so there's a bunch getting triggered right now. People are getting in trouble. Yeah, I know. I'm going to say it anyway. I'm probably going to get a restriction. It's nothing I can do. I mean, I'm not going to go around and not say a platform just to not say a platform. I think it's stupid that TikTok does that. Super awesome sales weekend, and thanks for stopping by, whatnot, and dropped off your package to the post office. Let's go. I'm in the middle of shipping right now, Dora, and the it completely crashed. So yeah, guess even Netflix was down. Yeah, tons of platforms are down. NERL, I got tons of Ralph Lauren to ship out. Frustrating, definitely. Satellite issue. My work is having IT issues too. Yeah, bunch of platforms, but we're here. You guys get to hang out with me. So if you can't do anything at work, just tell your boss that you got to hang out with K-Way for a little bit. Tell them you're doing work still. Do you run live shows on? No, I don't run live shows on Posh. I run live shows just on WN. The reason I don't do on Posh Penny is because their fees are 20% and WN's fees are only 8%. So I'd rather sell on the platform that has 8% rather than 20%. I don't know why Posh hasn't done anything for their fees because they're getting crushed by the other platform, but you know, whatever. They're just going to keep getting crushed. But I've thought about it, but it just doesn't make sense. Why would I bring my crowd to another platform, sell things for the same price, but also get a higher fee? Just doesn't make any sense. So if you're selling on Posh and doing live shows, you should just move to WN. Yes, it'll be a slow grow. You'll have to grow your audience back, but just move your audience over, put out some social media posts and bring some people over because I would rather sell on a platform with 8% fees than 20%. Posh should just have for live selling. They should have a specific fee for a live sale of 8%. If you sell off the live, then you'll get hit with a 20% fee. So that'll bring people to live sell, and which I think should be better. But yeah, I don't understand why they haven't even thought about that. It's just, yeah, they'd rather just 20%. Guess we have to go thrifting. Yeah, you could do that too. Tell your boss you got to take time off until everything gets right, and you can go thrifting. And I thought my Bills had a clear path to win the AFC. I didn't watch any football this weekend. I actually fell asleep at like 6:30 yesterday and slept until 9. I was so tired yesterday. It's probably from that big show. Fine, providing it's the proving it's the superior platform. Yeah, he'll just have Frozen over and over because Mercari sales as well. Yeah, I didn't have any Mercari sales this weekend. Today's review day, eBay, and I'm going below the standards. Gonna tell. Yeah, that's fine, Ralph. Don't worry too much about that. Just keep selling. Just keep selling. Next review period, you'll get it. Don't worry too much about it. I've got below standard like once or twice. Usually it's for canceling orders or not. The thing I have trouble with is when I get a return and I don't reply to return within the window because I have it sitting on my desk, but I just forget it's sitting on my desk and I get the notification the night before and I'm like, oh, I'll get to it. And then I fall asleep and then I completely forget to get back to it. So it happens to the best of us. Sold new attack L Beans Shacket for 53, paid 7. Let's go. I think Surf sold a Shacket too. Yeah, Whatnot is the best. Can't get many sales on. I can't get any. I had 0 sales this weekend. I had 0 sales. I had 2 on Depop. I had, I think, 7 or 8 on Posh, and all the rest were on eBay this weekend. But it was definitely a slower weekend sales. I think last weekend was definitely heavy because of the holiday, but this weekend was super slow. All right, let's get started. We're going to start shipping. I'm going to ship Posh and eBay today. I'm not going to ship Depop. The reason I'm not shipping Depop is because I got to film a video for Depop. They reached out to me and want me to make like an ad video, but I told them if I make it, I have to make it in my way and not like a scripted video because I hate doing scripted videos. So I'm going to pull orders specifically for Depop and make that video. So I left those in the bins. I'm going to pull those after the live, but everything else we will print. JD Vance. Why do I always get that on TikTok? Everybody always calls me JD Vance on TikTok. All right, let's go ahead and ship. Starting with, let's see, I got everything kind of sorted out over here. So first sale is going to be a bundle sale. Oh, I forgot to open Nifty. Hold on, I can't read my sales if I don't have Nifty open. First sale on Posh is going to be a bundle sale. It's going to be 3 butter cloths. I've had a lot of bundle sales this weekend for like items, and you'll see that as I'm shipping. But butter cloth, butter cloth, butter cloth. I bought these all in a bulk buy for $5 a piece. They all sold together for $63 over on Posh. I gave this person a little bit of a deal. I had them listed for 25 a piece, so $75. They offered 63. I was like, heck yeah, I'll get 3 items out all in the same time, 1 package. I'll take that. Do you have slow times a year for sales? Absolutely. During the summertime is the slowest. They call it summer slowdown. It's when everybody's on vacation. People aren't really buying too much. You'll have summer slowdown. But the good thing is, come winter time, come when it's close to Christmas time, you're going to see a huge uptick in sales because everybody's buying for Christmas. I don't know why I get calls in the morning. It's always early morning. All the people that want to sell me roofs and all kinds of random stuff. Appreciate the heart me, by the way. I'm doing that to everybody's live. Everybody, like today I went to Chris's live and I did all the little heart me stuff over on TikTok. You have to like send a heart me, add a comment, and then something else, and then you can like claim all your rewards. I started doing that on Chris's. I did that on Surfs. I'm trying to be their biggest fan in their fan club. Lego standards tends to happen if you offer no returns, INADs. Yep, 100%. I offered returns on basically everything, even if it's buyer pays return shipping. I offer that, but yeah, it happens. I mean, like I said, I have returns that sit on my desk for 3 or 4 or 5 days, and then I completely forget about them, and then I'm like, oh crap, that's going to count against me because you have to reply in a certain amount of time. I wish it would just auto pay people out. I get why it doesn't do that, but yeah. Do you have a show? No, I don't have a video, Penny, but I am going to make that video. I'm probably going to make it this week because since that post yesterday got so much attention, I had so many people ask me like, how do you set up a show? How do you run a show? How do you rack a show? How do you keep track of stuff that sells through the show? So I'm going to make that video, and B, you're probably going to see me do a pop-up live just at a random time, and that's going to be part of the video. I'm probably going to rack like 10 items and just run like a practice show, and then I'm going to try to film myself while I screen share. It's going to be like kind of a complicated process, but that way I can show the behind the scenes. I can show the computer screen. I'm going to have like 3 things recording all at once so I can like mirror the videos and like put screenshots and screen shares and all that stuff. So it's going to be I have to plan that video out before I do it and figure out how I'm going to do it, or film the beginning and then just do the middle part where I do the show and then do the shipping afterwards, because that's another big question. It's probably going to be a long video. I might break it into two parts, the selling aspect and then the shipping aspect. Or I may make it one big video. I don't know. We'll see. You sell a vintage Christmas stocking. Just shipped it out. Paid $2. Profit at 24 after fees. Let's go. Nice little easy shipment too. Appreciate the gifts over here. Going live where? Over on the WN. WN. I can't say the word here because they don't like me saying it. But if you look through my page, you'll understand what platform I'm talking about. How long did it take you to get monetized on Facebook? How long did it take me to get monetized? It took me only about 2 months, but I was posting literally every day. I was posting a reel every single day. I posted a TikTok, and I took that TikTok, I made it an InShot, and I posted on all platforms. So it didn't take me too long because I already started getting traction. It was also right after I started, I got bananaed over on TikTok, and I was able to take that audience and move it over to Facebook for the lives. So I already had a lot of traction over there. But if you post regularly, they will allow you to be monetized pretty quick. All right, next up, 4855. That's not it. That's definitely, I guess I'll just pull this one really quick. 3, is that? Yes, it is. 384. What I sell this for? Where are you at? Maybe I should have done this in order. It would have been so much smarter to do this in order. Yeah, that's not it. That's not it. I'm just going to open up Posh because I'm going to pull these all out of order, so it's going to be much easier for me to read it off my sales instead of trying to find the orders in Nifty. Boom, boom. Okay, much easier. Is it this one? It's got to be this. Oh, that's why. It's a boys shirt. That's what I was looking at. 19 bucks. It's just a basic boys Ralph Lauren shirt. Nothing crazy. Pre-owned condition. 19 bucks. I picked this up at Red, White, and Blue. I think I paid $2 for this. Usually at Red, White, and Blue, I can find these very, very cheap. They're just all over the place. They're plentiful at Red, White, and Blue on their sales days. So if you don't know, kids items actually sell pretty well. I sold 2 kids items this weekend. So if you're passing on, pick them up because they're usually, kids section usually goes clearance and they're pretty cheap. Yeah, that's the word I can't say here. And that one shipped. Liking the live thrifting again, appreciate it. I posted it everywhere. The days I don't do it on WN where it's cross-posted to all platforms, I will do it on TikTok. I'm thinking about actually exclusively doing them on TikTok because, to be honest, the quality on TikTok live streams when you download them before used to be atrocious. They used to be all glitchy and everything. You guys watched the previous ones. Now when I download it, it's like crystal clear. It's like I just filmed it on my phone, which is pretty cool. So as long as my connection is good, I think I might just do it. I do it on TikTok and then cross post it and just post it as a regular video for you guys to watch. So if you're not following me on TikTok, go follow me there because it actually looked pretty good. I'm actually thinking about doing lives on TikTok and then just downloading those lives, like shipping lives and things like that. I can do them all on TikTok and then download it and put it as a natural video because they actually look pretty good. Sirs probably doesn't know that because Sirs doesn't know anything about social media. He's a big dummy. My one order ship now. You didn't buy anything? Get out of here. Going to do a whatnot. All polo new with tag. Random polls. $10 starts. Let's go, Ralph. Let everybody know what your name is. I'm sure you'll get some people over there. Hi, Thief. Steven. Hi, Amy. What's up, Amy? All right, next up. I forget which ones are Posh. I had these all separated, but I forgot to keep them separated. But here we go. Pair of Levi's. These are just a basic pair of Levi's jeans. They sold for $20 over on Posh, so I made a $16 on these, and I only paid $6 to $8 for these and a huge bulk buy shipped right to my door. So that's all I'm looking for is to make a little $10 profit on Levi's. They're just bread and butter. They're kind of like Ralph Lauren. If you can find them cheap, pick them up. This is Levi's season, by the way. Chris at Peak is doing like a little experiment where he's trying to sell 90 Levi's in 90 days. I think he's a little bit behind pace right now, but watch that. He's probably gonna make it up because right around Christmas time is when all the Levi's are gonna start selling. I was excited to put her in one of my YouTube TikTok videos. Tells everyone about it. Let's go, Dora. That's awesome. That is awesome. Quick question: when Nifty does a new relisting on eBay, does it count as if you're doing? Yes. So basically, what it's doing, Greg, is ending the listing and then creating a brand new listing. It's not a sell similar. It's not a delist relist on eBay. What it is, it's a end listing, sell similar. So they basically take all the information and create a brand new listing with a different item ID. So it makes eBay think that you're doing something, you're listing that day when really you're not. So if you do that, you get 60 recreates. Sorry, it's called recreates. If you get 60 recreates in one day, it's acting like you did 60 listings in that day when really you didn't. Closet name is Way K Shop, not K Way Shop. The reason it's that because I had an old email hooked up to it, and right after I made the Posh account, and then my email got hacked, and there was no way for me to get into the account again. So it's Way K Shop instead of K Way Shop. So that's the way you found it. It's also linked everywhere too, so you can find it that way. Nifty, go watch my latest listing YouTube video. If you watch that latest listing YouTube video, it goes over what Nifty is. It's a website, so you can access it from your phone. It looks just like an app when you go on your phone. You just go to nifty.ai, and that's how you open it up. There's also discount codes. You can find them on my profile if you're savvy enough. I can't tell you where they are. Somebody in the chat might tell you where they are over on TikTok because I can't say the word. But there's discount codes and 7-day free trial if you find that lovely little place to click. Keep them separated. Hey, Kayla's charging the car. Still waiting for Surf's K-Way thrift competition. He was down here, but we didn't go thrifting. We just met up. I think he said he wants to come back down here. We could do like a little thrift competition. Me versus him in a red, white, and blue. We'll go on the discount day so he doesn't have any excuses. And then he'll say this is your home turf. That's why you won. Did you Vendu before Nifty? I used List Perfectly before Nifty. I have Vendu linked. The only reason I have Vendu linked in my where you can find it for the discount codes is because Vendu is the only one with whatnot currently. So I can only cross list to WN through Vendu. So how do you buy lots that you can have shipped to your door? It's called wholesale. You have to find wholesale sellers that will sell to you. I'll say this: when you first find a wholesale seller, buy a small amount off of them. Make sure it's good quality inventory, and then you can slowly start upping your order. But do not buy a whole mess of stuff from a wholesaler when you first start, because that's how you get burned. If you buy like $10,000 worth of product, you get it in, it's a bunch of junk, you just blew away 10 grand. So instead of 10 grand, start with $100 or start with $200. Buy a little bit from them, see the quality, and then you can go next time buy 500, buy 1,000, buy 2,000, buy 10,000, right? You want to start low and work your way up. All right, next up, I guess I'll pull this way. There we go. Polo Ralph Lauren Pink Pony Polo. This one does have a small flaw in it. I still listed it because I knew it was going to sell. Sold for $15 over on Posh. Not a big deal. It's a little bread and butter sale. This is another piece that I got in a wholesale deal. And with the wholesale deals that I buy, they're coming from like rag houses, so there are going to be stained and flawed items every once in a while. This was one of them. But the majority of the items I'm buying are in good condition, so that's why I don't mind. I'll still list them. Still list them in the condition they are. Surfs has been back home for 11 days. He's due for another vacation. It's so true. That guy's always on. I'm surprised he's not on a cruise already, Nick. He's already probably planning He's probably already planned the next two, and now he's planning the third one out. That's usually how it goes. I love the surfs hate. I love the surfs hate. All right, next up. Those are both Depop. Eileen Fisher. These actually sold. I relisted them and they sold again in less than a week. So if you do get returns, don't let it eat you alive. My motto is if it sells once, it'll sell twice. And I think the second time we sold these actually sold for more than the first time. But these are Eileen Fisher wool pants. These sold for $25 over on Posh. You gonna do pallets again? So no, actually, that's a good question. I'm actually not going to do pallets again. I'm not going to say I'm not, because if I find a good pallet seller, I probably will. But I was literally talking to Kayla about this. My goal is to grow the WNs so big that the pallet buyers, so people who buy pallets, I already have people doing this, by the way. The people who buy the pallets literally pull all their best inventory out of the pallets and then go, all right, I'm just going to send it to K-Way because I don't have to list this stuff. I know he's going to get like really good prices for it. And then I'll just list all the little things and then buy another pallet while I ship those to him because I know I'm going to get that money super fast. So that's my goal, is to not have to buy pallets, I'm able to cherry pick the best items out of the pallets because I've grown the WNs big. So that's my goal. Because I don't have room for pallets and I just don't want to deal with them. So what days do you go to the Goodwills? I stop at Goodwill whenever I can, whenever I have time. Like Kayla's charging the car right now. where she's charging the car, there's a Goodwill within walking distance, so I usually just walk over and go into the Goodwill. But the Goodwills near me are pretty trash. Let me ask this to chat. What's in your area? What's the average price of a shirt at Goodwill? Like a long sleeve shirt, like a Ralph Lauren shirt. What are you paying for those? In my area, the lowest I get is $7. I think it's $7.18. So it's really hard to buy something like this at a Goodwill. That's why I go to Red, White, and Blue. That's why I go to City Thrift, because it's just so much better. This is a boys Ralph Lauren shirt too. Sold for 18 bucks. Like I said, pre-owned condition, 18 bucks. Boys Ralph Lauren. I probably paid $2 for this at Red, White, and Blue. At Goodwill, that would have been another $7.18 shirt. $10, $4.89. Yeah, when it's above that $5 cost, it is really hard. You have to basically go for heavy hitters at Goodwill, and those are few and far between. So I'd rather focus on for-profit thrifts. If you have a for-profit thrift near you, attack it. I know sometimes prices can be high, but they have the best discounts at for-profit thrifts. Goodwill, you're not going to find discounts like that. So, yeah, Surfs has lost weight. When he was here, I gave him a hug, and I wrapped my arms completely around him. It was so, never mind. Yeah, it's got me motivated to want to hit the gym. I'm probably gonna hit the gym today. I think today's a good day to hit the gym. First day back at the gym, inspired by Surfs. Do you wash and prep all your wholesale shipped to you? So a lot of this wholesale that is shipped to us, yes, that's one of the. We don't really wash too many items from the thrift, because a lot of stuff we look over and make sure everything's good. But when it comes wholesale and it's coming from rag houses, we usually wash all of it, because it's all coming from like the bins. If I shopped at the bins, I'd wash everything. And I know some people who shop at the bins don't, but the bins are so gross and dirty that I feel like you should be washing that stuff. Whereas thrifted items, it's a little different. I just feel like it's a little different. With the bins, I've watched videos where they got rats in the bins. Like, you don't want to not wash that stuff. Church thrifts are the best too. Yeah, we don't have too many around us. We used to have one by us, but it never really got good inventory. But they were always super cheap, like $1.50 per item. Like, it's super cheap. So if you get one of those that is good, well, I just got a return request. $6.99 to $12.99 for basic. Yeah, that's just too high. There's other people in chat saying they're at $4.50. Man, if I have $4.50 average price at a thrift store for a Ralph Lauren shirt, I would be clearing the racks. I would go in there once a week just to pick up Ralph Lauren's, because so good. I'm missing a bunch of comments. I apologize. Yeah, intermittent fasting. I've done the intermittent fasting. It wasn't too hard. The thing I got to do is not drink even if they're diet. I got to not drink the sodas. I got to just drink. If I just went on all water and I just ate the regular like I usually do, I'd lose so much weight. It's just what I drink is usually really bad for me. That's what I do. So love garage sales, good price. Yeah, garage sales are good too. If you don't go thrifting, garage sales is where it's at. Surf's Ozempic. Nick, I like you. You got a good sense of humor. I like you, Nick. I'm gonna tell him. Hopefully he's watching this. That is hilarious. Anyways, back to reality. All right, we're gonna ship out some eBay orders. If you don't know, I'm shipping my eBay orders through Shippo. So if you don't know what Shippo is, Shippo is a service that Whatnot uses to get their labels. I'm gonna get bananaed over here. It's guaranteed. But they use Shippo to get their labels. I partner with Shippo. Shippo is basically like Pirate Ship if you ever used it. You're going to get the deepest discounted rates when it comes to shipping. Usually if you're shipping something over £1 and it's like a pair of jeans or a jacket or something like that, you're going to get even a deeper discount rate than eBay is able to give you. So feel free to try it. There's a link on this video. I should probably put it in the chat too. If you're watching on this platform, you got to find it. You probably can find it. Somebody's probably going to tell you where it is. But if you click the link, after you spend $25, you're literally going to get $25 of free labels. There's no catches or anything like that. You're just getting free money. So I felt like that's a good partnership for you guys, and get $25 free labels. If you use it, get the 25 and you never use it again, it's not going to hurt my feelings. Just go get your free money. That's how I feel. So they partnered with me. They said, hey, go get your people some free money. I said, absolutely, let's go. So there's your free 25. I'm going to ship a couple orders on live. I'm going to show you guys how it shipped. If you watch this on TikTok, go head over to Facebook and YouTube really quick so you can see how this works, because it's much easier to screen share over there than to flip the camera over here. You won't be able to see what I'm doing. So first item we're going to ship is, let's do a big order. Let's do a double item order. And we'll kind of show you the difference between this order and what the cost would be on the bay. So I'm actually going to open this order up on the bay. When I ship an item on Shippo, the information goes directly to the bay, so you don't have to worry about copying and pasting numbers or anything like that. It automatically does that for you. So on the bay to ship this item, let's see if we get a discount. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, but usually it's never going to be more expensive to ship on Shippo than it will be on the bay. So just to keep that in mind. Let me find where these two are. I think they're on the bottom. All right, so this person bought, boom, boom, two carbon and cobalt shirts. As you can see on Shippo, it shows me the actual SKU number, which is great. You can pull all your orders from Shippo. You don't have to worry about going back and forth between two platforms because it shows me my SKU. As long as it's in the SKU field, you should be able to see it. So I'm going to take both of these items and I'm going to put them into one poly bag because this was a order where they bought two items at once. Thank you for all the tips. Appreciate you, Mary. Sorry, TikTok. I know you can't see the screen. I just don't feel like flipping the screen and all that stuff. It's just too much work. And I'm only going to ship like 2 or 3 items showing Shippo, and then the rest I'm going to ship out without flipping the screen because I don't want this to be like too much of like a Shippo ad, like Shippo, Shippo. I don't like doing that kind of stuff. So this is going to be 1 pound, 4 ounces. So what we're going to do is we're going to take off the ship insurance because we don't need that. This is going to be 1 to 2 pounds. I've already filled out a preset for this. So 1 to 2 pound bag, and it is going to cost me $7.92. So as you can see, $7.92. If we go over to the bay, oh, I got to take Nick's comment off. Hold on. Nick, you're blocking me, Nick. I am going to go over to the bay, and you're going to see again, $7.92 to ship this order, $8.85 to ship this order. You can ship 30 items a month on the bay or on Shippo without needing any kind of subscription or anything like that. So you get 30 orders a month. What I would suggest is to ship your bigger items on Shippo. So your bigger items over a pound, you're going to get a deeper discounted rate. You're going to save a little bit of money. And of course, once you hit that $25, you're going to get $25 of free. So yes, I hooked it up. When you first go into Shippo, you create your account. It'll ask you and prompt you, do you sell on any other platforms? And you tell them that you sell on the bay, and they will automatically link that. So, but I signed up through your link and got the 25. So you already cool. Let me put that on the screen. Let me download this label really quick and print this out. And then you just print out a label. You just purchase it, print it. You hook up a card, or I wish they had PayPal. I'm gonna ask them about hooking up PayPal. But you hook up whatever card you want, and then you just ship it out. Kelly said she already had a account with Shippo, and then she used my link, and she still got the $25 for free. So if you had an account, you can still do it free 25. I mean, again, if you just use it to get the 25, it's not going to hurt my feelings. Shippo said my job is to get you guys to go on Shippo, and Shippo's job is to basically give you guys a good enough platform where you guys want to stay. So that's how they announced it to me. That's how I'm announcing it to you guys. So might as well get you free 25. What kind of items do you sell? Mostly clothing. Thanks for coming on my show. I can't print my labels. Oh, no worries. Maxine, yeah. They have API issues all over the place. A lot of platforms are down, so no problem. I bought that for myself too. I'm gonna wear that probably next week, so don't worry. Again, if you bought something from us this weekend, we're probably gonna be in the same issue. I love to ship everything on Monday, get it all out the door, but I have this many items left and I'm unable to ship. It just literally won't load this morning. So if you bought something on the WN from another seller, just give them some grace because we're all in the same boat. We literally can't ship this morning. Yeah, it's not just that platform either. It's all platforms were crashing this morning. So give your sellers a little grace. I'm going to try to get as much as I can out after this live before the mailman comes. But if it has to go out tomorrow, it'll go out tomorrow. Where do you often find a lot of your clothes? Thrift stores. I get my stuff from retail stores, and I get myself from wholesale and bulk buy deals. Same whole routine is out of whack. Yeah, I think everybody's routine is out of whack today. It happens. Nothing you can control. You just gotta, instead of shipping right now, go list some items, hang out here. Amazon as well. Yeah, everything is down. Let's ship another heavy item order. I'm gonna do one more. What do I have that's heavy? Oh, I got these that are heavy. 2,500. I got these that are heavy. Okay. Pair of AG jeans. I really like selling this brand, AG. Men's jeans specifically, not women's jeans, because the women's don't sell as well as the men's. They haven't been selling as fast as they used to, and there's certain styles that sell better than others. These have been sitting in inventory for quite a while, actually, but they finally sold. Let me pull these up on Shippo. I got the hiccups today. I've been talking a lot. Okay, so this is going to cost me $8.85 to ship on eBay. I'll show you guys that right here. $8.85. It's going to be 2 pounds. I know it's going to be 2 pounds to ship this item because it's a pair of jeans. And then we're going to show you guys exactly how much it costs to ship this over on Shippo. So just remember, $8.85. It's usually what I'm probably going to use Shippo for. I'm going to ship everything on it, but because I bought the subscription plan, so I want to get my bang for my buck. But if you don't buy the subscription plan, just ship anything that's over a pound. Usually you're going to get a better rate. So let's go over to Shippo. Boop, boop, boop. So I'll just ship a couple of the heavier items for you to show you guys how it works. So here we go. It's going to be custom dimensions 1 to 2, just like pirate ship. Anything that fits in a bag, you're going to get a better rate on. So $8.85, and as you can see, ground advantage over on Shippo is $7.92. So I saved myself, what is that? Almost a buck, a little under a buck, 93 cents I think it is, to ship this item over on Shippo. And then all I'm going to do is hit buy, purchase the label. I can't show you this part. Purchase a label, and then the label's hooked up. It automatically gets put right onto the bay for me. I don't have to do anything else. It does everything for me. So what brand are those? They're called Adriano Goldschmied. AG is like the brand. So you'll see an AG on the tag, and the exact name of the brand is Adriano Goldschmied. What's up, Lady? My dog's name is Lady. By the way, Lady has a UTI, chat. That's what was wrong with her. We took her back to the doctor because she... K-Way, what's up, Stephanie? Great show on Saturday. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody who showed up. We took her back to the vet because she still was bleeding a little bit when she was going. And the vet ran another test on her. We thought she had a UTI when we first brought her, but they thought it was something else. And then, sure enough, it was a UTI. So we paid for 2 vet visits just for them to tell us that it was the thing that we thought it was. What's up, Mama Havoc? Switched up from catching on YouTube. Let's go. Do you guys like the view over here better? YouTube gets the whole view. Facebook gets a whole view. You guys just get me. I might mount you guys up here, though. I'm thinking about getting another mount and having you guys up here, but then you guys have to see my belly. So I got to lose a little bit of the belly. A little self-conscious there. I'm just kidding. Are you listening to Summer Spring? I'll still list them, but I know that some of those items are going to sit. So I'm going to focus on listing the stuff that's going to sell now, which is winter items, jeans, jackets, long sleeves, stuff like that. That's the stuff that's going to start selling. Even on our WN shows, we're seeing a downfall on the short sleeves, stuff like that. We're seeing those go for really good deals, whereas the jackets and stuff are typically going for higher prices because that's what's going to happen the next couple weeks is, you know, it's going to start getting colder. Name is same name everywhere. So the name up here is where you can find me everywhere. Full view is kind of clutch. It is kind of clutch. You can't see the belly over there either. I got it angled just right. AGs are the most hemmed item. Oh yeah, that's facts. AG jeans are the most hemmed item. So make sure when you're holding them up, if they say they're a 34 and you hold it up and it looks like a 27, don't buy those jeans. They're going to be hard to sell. They're going to be super hard to sell. I write to you, always support you. God bless you. Appreciate you, Yanis. Appreciate you. All right, let's ship out the rest. I'll go. I guess I can just X out of eBay. I don't need that open anymore. I'm just going to ship everything on here. Polo Ralph Lauren silk linen shirt. This actually sold right before the live. I had this listed for $29.99. This person offered $20. I just declined the offer. It was too low for me. They came back at $22. I countered at $27.99, and they took that offer. So little Polo Ralph Lauren. This is a silk linen camp shirt. So obviously a little bit out of season item. In the middle of summer, you probably could get around $35. I know this looks like a plain shirt, but $35 for these because it's silk and linen. But because we're headed into the winter time, I was just like, hey, that's a decent offer. I'll take it. So, you know, I'm actually surprised, chat. I haven't got a violation warning yet. Knock on wood. I don't have any wood near me. No violation warnings over here. I'm being very cautious of what I say and do. So that way I don't get any violations. Boom, boom. All right. And that one is going out for a whopping, give it a second, oh, I got to take off the insurance. It's going to go out for a whopping, listen to this, $5.15 to ship this out. That's a really good price. And that's coming right from Shippo. Again, sign up with the link if you haven't. Just do it. Just do it. Ship a couple items, get your free 25, and then never look at it again if you want to. Or if you like it, keep using it. You can get the $20 plan. I think if you ship enough heavy items, especially if you're a hard goods seller, you're going to save quite a bit of money. And you'll get that $25 for free. If you ship more than, I would say like 40 to 50 heavier items a month, it would be worth it just to get the $20 subscription. And you get that 30 for free every month that you can use. So you can at least use it for 30 items every month. You might as well. Curious about which brands you look out for and what price range. I look out for thousands of brands. Whenever I get that question, there's never an appropriate answer for it because every time I go thrifting, if you watch my live thrifts, Chris, the one that I just put out yesterday that I did on Friday, I'm looking at thousands and thousands of brands, and there's certain brands that I only pick up certain items in. So it's not just so much about brands. It's not like if I tell you Ralph Lauren, I don't pick up every Ralph Lauren piece, but I do pick up lots of Ralph Lauren. So it's certain styles within certain brands will do better. Men's versus women's. Some brands I only pick up men's pieces in and not women's. Some pieces I only pick up women's instead of men's. So what I would suggest is just watch a ton of content and see what people are picking up. Also, most creators' stores are linked, or you can find their stores if you go look hard enough, and then just go through their stores and look at their sales. Look at what sold for 50 or more and what sold for less than 15. And you'll kind of see like what they picked up that sold good and what they picked up that didn't sell as good. I need a how-to on your SKU labels. I use a Dymo 450 Turbo. I have that how-to on the boxes versus bins video on my YouTube channel. You can find it boxes versus bins. Yeah, I don't have a specific video for that because it's so specific to my actual printer that if you had any other thermal printer, it wouldn't really work. So that's why I didn't make that video. Plus the Dymo 450 Turbo is like an old ancient thing now. Like you don't get two separate printers now. You get one printer that does everything. But I have two separate printers, so that's why it won't really work as a video. I should just get another thermal printer and just say bye-bye to these and get one that does everything, and then I can make a video on that. That's probably what I should do. Let me start from the bottom. I'm always starting from the top. Hold on. Started from the bottom. Now we're here. 6940. Denim and Supply, Ralph Lauren, good shirt right here. Nice buffalo plaid on that one. This one sold for $22.50. It's the best offer. I had it listed for $25. Or Nifty sent out a 10% out offer, and this person accepted. I'll buy those size and shape SKUs. And yep, you can buy them already printed, but Michelle, you're gonna pay way more. So look at the cost of those labels that are already printed. Mine cost half a penny to make. Literally half a penny to make mine. So if you look at those, I think they're like a couple cents per. So it's way more cost effective to have your own printer and print those out. After you print out like a couple thousand labels, which you will do over the time of reselling, your printer will pay for itself. Also, the printer can make other things too for your business and not just labels. So if you get one that's an all-in-one printer, you can print labels and the SKU labels on them, which is what I need, because then the printer will pay for itself super fast. If you're going to the post office to print any of your labels, you are doing it wrong. If you are literally taking time out of your day to go to the post office to put your item on the scale and pay their outrageous prices, you are doing it wrong. That's why partnering with something like Shippo or shipping from your actual accounts will save you so much more money. What printer do you use? I use a Dymo 4X. Dymo 4XL and a Dymo 450 Turbo. I don't suggest getting either of those now because they only sell a Dymo that is able to do everything, but you can only use Dymo labels for it. So it's actually pretty expensive, the labels themselves. So I would suggest getting something like if you're on TikTok, get a Jaden's printer. I think I might actually have it in my showcase. The Jaden's printer is really good. Rollers are really good. There's a couple other ones that are really good, but if you're on TikTok, I would say go with the Jaden's. Jaden's is legit. What is this? Grunt Style. Next up, Grunt Style shirt. This is a buffalo plaid, same as the Denim and Supply that I just bought. This one sold for, what is that? $24.99. So it sold for full price. And the reason it sold full price is it's got that buffalo plaid. I don't really pick up that much Grunt Style, but I picked this one off just because of the pattern. One specifically about necktie brands. I have a video on YouTube, Chris. If you watch that video, it's 5 brands to look out for neckties. Go watch that video. There's 5 in there for you, but there's a lot more to look out for. There's bread and butter ones too that I pick up, like Vineyard Vines is a bread and butter. I know some people don't like the guy, but Trump ties sell really well if you get ones with good patterns. I would pick those up. Certain Xenia ties sell really well. There's lots of good brands out there. Lots of good brands. All right, that one shipping out with Shippo is going to cost me $7.92 to ship this one. Nifty is cross-listing. It sends offers. It delists, relists. It keeps track of inventory. It keeps track of all your analytics, your sales, all that stuff. DG, I have a video on Nifty on my on my YouTube too, so go watch that video, or go watch the last video I just posted on how to list to eBay, and I have a whole little nifty section in there too. What labels can you buy to number the items? The ones that I buy are the 1 by 1/8 inch. 1 by 1/8 inch times 3 by 1.5. Let me see if I can get one of these off. Do I have any of these laying around? I don't. Here, I'll just show it to you. I don't care. I'll just have to remember that this is my next number. This is the size that I buy. I don't know if that is the size that I buy. 28 millimeters by 89 millimeters. If you look these up on any platform, you can find them. I also have them linked to, if you can find my link tree, which is in the description of this live. I said the damn word. That's the label size that I buy for my numbers, and that's what they look like right there. And then when you print them out, stick them at the top corner, they'll look like this, just like that. So you can find your item super easy. I have a Jaden's, very good. Yep, Jaden's is legit. Jaden's is legit. Next up, let me find where this one is. I'm grabbing from the top again. I'm messing up again. No. That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. I need to stop grabbing from the top. I'm messing myself up. There it is right there. Women's Denim and Supply. Ralph Lauren. This is kind of like a springtime color. I'm actually surprised it sold. It sold for 25 bucks. $24.99 plus ship. Just that Shippo link is giving me an error. It is. That's not good. If you sign up for Shippo, use code KWayShop too. If you just go to Shippo and create an account, use code KWayShop, and that will get you your discount too. Let me try one more time. It's also linked in the. I might have done it again where I selected the wrong label or wrong thing. Hold on. Custom links. Let me use this one. You can either use this one, or you can use. Or you can use this one. Whichever one works for you, it'll give you the same exact discount code. So if you use either one of those. Shippo like Pirate Ship, exactly the same rates as Pirate Ship. The only benefit is Shippo has more things you can ship out with, more services you can ship out with, and then also you get $25 after you spend $25. You can't get that on Pirate Ship. So that's one reason I posted. See, it's not letting me put the labels in. What the heck? Try that again. Their server's down, I believe. Okay, that might be one reason why I'm not seeing my labels update. But yeah, a lot of services are down right now. So let me see. Maybe I should just be shipping these on the Bay right now while everything is having issues. We can't even do our WN orders right now. Oh no, it's working. I got that label to go through. A lot of servers are having issues right now. See, I just tried again. It might actually be my service I'm actually using to restream with. So if you find my link, you can find out what the discount code is. Yeah, we can't ship out WN orders this morning because those are all down. It's just a weird morning. It's a weird Monday, chat. It's a weird Monday. But yeah, it's exactly the same. Trump bordered. Scoop that. I found a violet. Wait, I can't read that word. It looked like violation. Puma polo with Trump embroidery. Scoop that. Yeah. I mean, the people don't like. There's a lot of people that don't like the guy, and I get it. If whatever side of the aisle you on, it don't matter to me. I still love you exactly the same, but his stuff sells. So if you don't like him, you want to make some money off of him, you might as well. $7.17. By the way, chat, I don't vote, so I have no. I'm not on either side. I focus on what I can focus on, that I can control, and that's it. I do that throughout my whole life. So yeah, WN is out right now. It's completely. Yeah, and it's not this. It's Amazon that's down. It's all kinds of platforms. I'm actually surprised TikTok is up right now because usually when Amazon goes down, TikTok goes down at the same time. But last time, Amazon went down, TikTok went down. So yeah, Venmo is down. Lots of them are down. Might be the whole Amazon. Yeah, it definitely is. A lot of platforms. Just shows you how everybody being on the same thing can be very, very not good. Can be very, very not good. If that makes sense. 3998. Peter Millar. I don't pick these up too often, but this one had a really good colorway. This is an older label too. I usually pass on the older labels, but I got this one really cheap. I got this one for under $4, so that's why I'm grabbing it. And it sold for 27, so $20.70. That's a nifty offer. I had it for $22.99. Nifty sent out a 10% out offer, and this person accepted. Surfs, get out of here. Nick, where are you at? Make fun of Surf some more. There he is. So I can't vote. I wrote Letterman on my ballot, so I can't vote anymore. Yeah, he's unfortunately in some states he's on the wanted list for reasons I can't tell chat. So I got to be very careful with how I talk about Surfs here. I could get banana just for mentioning his name on TikTok. All right, 8 ounces. That's what this one's shipping for. And this one's shipping out on Shippo for $5.09. Good little label right there. $5.09 for a label. That's pretty good. FedEx is down. Some issues like calling, package being held. Yeah. Lots of services are down. Where's your link for the shipping platform? It is somebody on TikTok can explain where that link is. I can't say it because TikTok doesn't like it when I say where the trees are located. But look at what Michelle said. That's where it is. And I have all my discount links there. He had you vote for Kanye. He had you vote for Kanye, Surfs. Even though he wasn't there, he had you vote for Kanye again. Anyways, Untuck It. Let me see. There it is right there. Untuck It. Bread and butter brand. I sell these all the time. I know people pass on these, but if I can find these for $5 or under, I'm going to grab them. Treat them just like Ralph Lauren. $29.99 is what this sold for. It sold for $22.99 plus $7 shipping. So $29.99 total. And we're going to ship that out with good old Shippo. No problem. Appreciate you guys hanging out. Appreciate all the follows too. If you're not following on TikTok, I got 100 people over on TikTok right now. Holy cow. It feels like the olden days. Feels like back in the day before I got bananaed. If you're not following, make sure you follow. I do these shipping lives usually 3 times a week. And then I do pop-up lives where I'm doing listings and stuff like that. So if you're not following, hit that follow button. I'd appreciate it. And then go watch some of the content. I got tons and tons and tons of free content here on good old TikTok land and then everywhere else. So sent you a DM? Okay, I'll check it. I'll check it after live. Sent me a DM. I will check it. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully you said something good about me. You pay for it? No, I don't. I don't pay for any additional Shippo protection. No, I don't. I don't think it's necessary to pay for the additional shipping. Fun fact, chat. I've sold thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of items this year. I've never had to use any postal protections or anything like that. I always get the comments, which I find are wild, when I ship with these bags, and then people are like, you ship with those bags, there's a high chance your item is going to get damaged in shipment. Don't you know that? And I'm like, don't you know I've shipped out literally 10,000 plus items this year, most of which have gone in bags, and I've never had an issue where a buyer gets an item and says, oh, my shirt is ripped because the bag ripped. Like, it's never happened. Like, so if you're worried about using bags or extra shipping protection or anything, I wouldn't do it. I would just use the protection that you have on the item, unless it's an item that has like, it's a really, really high value. Like if it's like, there was an item, Danny bought that big Ralph Lauren sweater. We have some double RL pieces that sold for big money on the WN show. I am going to insure those because obviously those are like $1,000 orders. Those are what you should insure. But if you're insuring something like a shirt, I wouldn't do it. You're just wasting your money at that point. I think people are paranoid when it comes to that kind of stuff, and you're overly paranoid. You don't really need it. So what is Shippo? It's a shipping service. It's actually what I'm shipping out all my items on right now. I'm over on Facebook and YouTube using it. I'm not really showing the screen anymore because again, I don't want this to feel like too much of an ad. Bears won yesterday. Let's go. I don't want this to feel too much like an ad. I'll ship this one out. I'll take you guys along with me. Welcome back to TikTok. Appreciate you, Valerie. All right, just for this one order. So I just put this order in a bag. Here's the bag right here. This is a Ralph Lauren elbow patch shirt. I forgot to show it, but it's the one with the it's one with horses on it. This shows me where my item is located in my inventory and then how much I paid for it. Sold for $40 plus shipping. Let me bring you guys along for the journey too. And then what we're gonna do, whoops, I don't want to do that. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to view order. You can actually print off that page too. I just realized that. But we're going to go to view order. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this on the scale. This is going to weigh 10 ounces. So what I'm going to do is I already have a custom weight dimension for my bags of 10 ounces. So this is 9 to 12 ounce bag, 12 ounces and 10 ounces. There's no difference in rates between the two. So I just have a select package weight for these. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down over here. And as you can see, it's going to cost me $6.37 to ship this out. I'm going to hit buy, and I'm going to hit confirm purchase, and then I'm going to purchase that label, and then it's automatically going to send that label information to the bay. If you haven't signed up through my link, if you spend $25, you'll get $25 for free. You might as well get the free money for the labels that you already purchased. And you're never going to pay more on Shippo than you are buying on the bay. You are in some cases going to pay less for your labels. So that's why Shippo is a good service to use. Similar to Pirate Ship, if you ever use Pirate Ship, it's the same exact thing. Same exact rates. Yeah, cheaper. Usually it's cheaper if you're shipping something over a pound. If it's under a pound, usually it's the same rates because you can't really get too much cheaper than that. But if you're shipping over a pound, earlier in the live, I showed the chat that I shipped 2 items over a pound, and I saved myself right around $2 shipping those 2 items. So, and then you get free $25 after you spend $25. So, I mean, after you ship, if every label you ship is right around $6, 6, 12, 18, 24, on your 5th item, you should hit that $25 in free labels. And then you just spend $25. Get free labels of 25. So I'm back on TikTok. I am back on TikTok. So is Chris at Peak. We're all back. We all hacked the algorithm to get back. We hacked our way back in. 5120. Here's a good shirt, Lululemon, and this is it's called a Gridliner Snap Front shirt. If you pick up Lulu, I would highly suggest looking up the style names because you're going to get more money for your items. This one sold for $53. Pre-owned condition, $53 for a men's Lululemon shirt. At Goodwill right now, I found a Motherload, Yan Yoga, New Tags, Duluth Winter Vest, Ivy Park score. Let's go. Let's go. Chris is back. Chris is back. Yes, the king of Joseph A. Banks. He's back too. I found a way to get myself back, and then immediately I messaged Chris on how to get his account back too. We worked together like that. I said, it's time for us to bring back live TikTok working lives instead of just talking. We got to get some work done over here. We got to teach some people. That's what it's about. If you're on TikTok live and you're not seeing a good increase in viewership, it's because you're not teaching. You're too busy talking, too busy squawking. Oh crap. Did I mess that up? I printed out the wrong label. I printed out my packing slip. I don't want the packing slip. Chat, do you guys ever put a packing slip in your item ever? Who puts packing slips and who doesn't? How did I get unbananaed? They put a date on my... So they've been doing a lot of updates to the back end, and what they did was they put a return date for me of 1969. So they messed up. Yeah, no return slips. I never do. JT gets some violations when he's live. Doesn't get pushed out. Yeah, as soon as you get a violation, you just end the live and turn it back on, and then you'll get pushed back out again. I found my first pair of Lululemon men's pants at the thrift. They had no tags. Oh, for the pants, just use measurements. No, Kim, in the back pocket, I think it's the back left pocket. If you pull the back left pocket out, there'll be a size dot in the back. It'll be like a little white dot. You're going to look for that dot, and then you're going to see in the middle, there's a size in the middle. Most all men's pants have those size dots. I've actually not found a pair of like ABC pants that don't have the size dot. So go look for that size dot. No packing slip, no packing slip. Yeah, I don't use packing slips either. I get sometimes people on WN, they ask for the packing slip so they can know what they paid for the item, but everything's random pull. So even if I put a packing slip in there, it's going to say random pull number 32. You paid $32 for it. You're not still going to know what you paid for it. So next up, this is a kind of a niche brand. It's called Christopher Hayes. I looked this up. I've had this listed for a while. Looked this up. Looked pretty good. Grabbed it. Sold for $31. So good little grab right there. Oh no, $29.99. Sorry. Sold for $29.99 over on the Bay. I think I paid like $3 or $4 for this. Yeah, no packing slips. Only when shipping to authenticate. There you go. That's a good time to use it. I do for eBay and Posh. I don't do for anything. I think for the most part when people buy items and they look, if you put a packing slip in there, it's just immediately going to go to the trash can. They're not going to look at it because if they needed to know what they paid for the item, they would just go on the platform and look up what they paid for it, right? You don't need to tell them what they paid for it. If they bought something on the Bay and they're like, what did I pay for that? Let me just go to my orders form and see exactly what I paid for it instead of you wasting a piece of paper. That's how I feel about it anyway. Same with love notes. When how many people in the chat put in like thank you cards and things like that? How many of you do that? Pocket dots. Yeah, look in the back. There you go, Kim. You found it. Let's go. Now you have the size, so you don't have to guess what the size is. You could do measurements on it, but the size dot. So nope. I use Used to sending overseas. Oh, when you send overseas, yeah, that's a good excuse why to use one. No notes, no pack and slip. Yeah, no notes, no pack and slips. Pack and slips are for package that get ripped. Yeah, something falls out, super rare, but it happens. Yes, I do know that, Tom. I've shipped out 10,000 plus items this year. I've never had one item get ripped out of these. When you use good poly bags that are very, very hard, like if I pulled on, I'm not going to do it because I just packed this up. If I pull on this, it's going to take quite a bit of resistance for this to actually tear. It doesn't happen very often at all. And I would say if you added up all the actual packing slips you have used against how many items actually were damaged in shipment, you're spending more money on your packing slips than you are refunding the customer for the damaged item. That's how I feel about that. Business card with coupon, no notes. Yeah, Chris does something like that too. He does handwriting. I always give him crap for it. I'm like, you're handwriting your stuff still? Come on, man. Nobody's reading that stuff. Print small thank you labels. He also does like little thank you like stickers. I remember when he came over, he did a whatnot show here. When he was down, this was like a year plus ago. He brought like all of his little stickers with him and everything. And he's like, make sure you put a thank you card in each one. And I kept forgetting to do it. And he's like, dude, you keep forgetting. I'm like, I'm so used to not putting in thank you cards, dude, that I don't even think about it. So I put sculpture stickers on my orders. There you go. I use a thank you sticker. Okay, it looks like more people are doing thank you stickers. I think that is smarter than handwriting thank you notes, doing thank you stickers. I know that seems like weird, but I think it takes way less time, and they're still going to throw away this thank you sticker just like they're going to throw away the thank you card. So if you're spending time like handwriting it, I really don't think that leads to more business. It's just like the people that steam and iron all of their items to make them look beautiful. I believe the cover photo is what brings in the person. So as long as your cover photo looks good, you don't need to spend all that extra time steaming and ironing your items because it doesn't actually increase the value. You think it increases the value. You think the customer appreciates it, but really the customer just wants your item. As long as the first cover photo looks good, you're good. So thank you stickers. Maybe I should start doing thank you stickers. Would you guys appreciate if I put thank you stickers on my WN orders for you guys? Eton shirt. These really fell off. These used to be a good brand to look out for. They used to sell for like 35 or more. These shirts retail for like $200. It's wild. $22.99 plus ship is what I sold this one for. As you can see, they've fallen off quite a bit. They're really like nice and comfy dress shirts, high end, but they just don't have the resale value that they used to. So when I first started, I wrote a note and got some very nice responses to them, but nah, sticker works. There you go. Sticker works. I like it. As you grow your business, you realize time is money. Time is money. I think Kayla's home. I just heard her. 9 ounces is what this one weighs. Again, I'm just using Shippo to ship all of these out today. Everything from now on forevermore, I think I'm just going to use Shippo to ship out eBay orders because I'm going to save a little bit here and there. So I'll take it. What's up, Thrifty Goose? Thrifty Goose in the chat. What's up? I'm missing a bunch of comments today. I apologize, guys. I'm trying to keep up with all you guys. Get thank you sticker with a big pony for Amy. Ooh, I don't know if I can do that though. That might be like copyright if I put a big pony on there. But that would be a cool sticker to put on there. I think most postal thefts are when somebody recognizes the shipper, like PSA card gradings. Yeah, that also like it used to be like FedEx when they were shipping Nike boxes. A lot of the FedEx workers would steal the Nikes because Nike would literally put Nike tape around it, and there'd be like when like Travis Scott's dropped, they're like, oh, I'm gonna look out for all the Nike boxes and like peek into them. So they stopped doing that. Now they don't have the same. They have the same boxes, but they don't put the Nike tape on them. So yeah, be careful with that. Like triggering and making it seem like you have a really expensive item in it might actually cause your item to get stolen. So I'm actually pay for yeah, I had 2 this weekend, two Depop orders. I use a US Polo pony. Nobody's gonna steal that package. They know it's gonna be worthless. I do thank you stickers on the outside of the packages. So it seems the consensus is most of you use thank you stickers, which I think is better than handwriting all the cards. Yeah, that's how I feel anyway. If you still handwrite the cards, keep doing it. I mean, I think once you get to a point where you're doing volume sales and you have to handwrite, like today, if I had to handwrite, we shipped 92 items. Well, we haven't shipped them yet because the WN's down, but 92 orders there. I've had like, 30 orders here. That's a lot of handwritten cards. And I feel like that's just like a waste of time. But if you're only shipping like 5 items a day, I mean, you got time to write out 5 cards, right? 6453. 6453. Another basic Ralph Lauren. This one sold for $19.99. I don't know why I had this for $19.99. Should have been $22.99. Oh well, sold for $19.99 plus shipping. It is a smaller size. Oh, maybe it's a kid's. No, it's an extra small. That's why. Extra smalls usually are hardest size to sell, so I priced this one a little bit lower. How many items do you have? I have a little under 1,600. Little under 1,600. Whoops. Clicking buttons on accident. Could you do a store review? I can't seem to move any of my Ralph Lauren. Right now, I can't. The reason I can't right now is because I have to finish this live, and then I have to still ship out all the stuff you see behind me. So I don't have time to do a store review right now. But I will talk to Surf this week and see if he wants to do a store review live, and then we'll do like 5 to 10 store reviews on live for you guys and tell you guys our consensus about your store and what you should do better and all that. So I'll talk to Surf. So maybe we can set that up for. It have to be probably tomorrow night or Thursday night if he has some time. So I wrap shoes boxes in paper. Shoe boxes in paper. Why do you do that? Why do you do that? Why do you wrap the shoe boxes in paper? I wrap my shoes in paper, or I put like bubble wrap on the inside, but I wouldn't take the time to wrap the shoe box in paper because I'm not trying to protect the box. I'm trying to protect the shoes on the inside. So if you take the box and you wrap it in paper, I think you're just, my opinion is you're just wasting time. I would rather just put the paper inside the box and protect the shoe. Smart Wool and Brooks Brothers. Damn, Dory, you're hauling right now. Any suggestions for the best thrift stores in Fort Lauderdale area? I've never thrifted in Fort Lauderdale. I think you just have Goodwills and Salvation Armies down there. I don't think you have Red, White, and Blues. I don't think you have anything like I have where we are. So yeah, Fort Lauderdale. I've never thrifted there, so I don't have any suggestions for that. There's quite a bit of Ralph Lauren Poshmark. Me too. It's been moving. Get the vulture stickers. Oh, I used to, we made fun of that a while ago when people kept calling me a vulture, and I thought about doing that, but no, we didn't do it. That's like old days, Fetty Wap. You remember that? You remember those days? How many, I already answered that. Polybag for sneakers. Yeah, that's what Ethan does. He just puts his in polybags now. He doesn't even wrap them up. $31.50 is what this one sold for. This is a women's RLX. It's like a polo, sleeveless polo kind of. I'm surprised this actually sold because it's not in season right now. And I took a best offer on it just to get it to move. So RLX women's, new with tag. I think I paid $10 for this at TJ Maxx. So the shoes are not stolen. Gotcha. If you're just shipping on the bay though, if you just put it in a shoe box, they're not really gonna know what's on the inside of it. And if you wrap it in tissue paper, if you wrap the actual shoes in tissue paper, you really don't got to worry about that. I would wrap the shoes rather than the box, to be honest. 5 to 8 ounces, right? Yeah. Okay, $4.88 to ship this. Wow, that's cheap. Cheap. So you got higher than basic store subscription. I'm still trying. Yeah, I got whatever one gives me 10,000 listings per month. I could probably drop it to the next one down if I really wanted to. But I know I'm going to ramp up, probably after Christmas, I'm going to ramp my listings back up. So yeah, I'm going to ramp my listings back up. So I'm going to keep it. I should keep it the same. I also pay for the yearly subscription and not the monthly subscription. So that way I can take advantage of the extra savings you get. Next up, Rag & Bone. Men's Rag & Bone Henley. I found this in a video a while ago. Sell-through on these are really good, but for some reason this just sat forever in my store. This one sold for $31.50. Took a best offer on that one. It is just a regular Henley shirt. If you ever find these, they're good. I think I paid like $5 for this. So if you find Rag & Bone Henleys, I would pick them up, but I'd price them a little bit lower than $30. You might be able to sell them pretty quick. Vince box, Hoka box, On Cloud box. Oh yeah, those, if you have those specific boxes, 100% I would wrap those. If you're doing like pallet buys, Teresa, yeah, that makes sense. Then that makes sense. I thought you were just like thrifted shoes. You found a pair of Hokas and they don't have a box with them. Then that, for that, I wouldn't wrap that box. But what you're saying makes more sense. This is 9 to 12 ounces, right? Yeah, 9 to 12 ounces. This one's going to cost me on Shippo to ship this out $6.59. $6.59. Appreciate everybody hopping into. Again, if you're on TikTok, if you're not following, hit that follow button. Also on the other platforms too. If you're not following, go give me a follow. I do these lives at least 3 times a week where I'm shipping out orders and just answering questions. Do you have a draft bank? I do. It's not on eBay though. It's on Nifty. So I can show you that draft bank here. I'm actually going to list some stuff off of it today because we're not going to have time after we ship to ship out or to list any items. But this is my draft bank. I got 13 items in here right now, and I'll put all 13 of these live. These were all created from Nifty using the Nifty AI tool. So it took my photos and created the titles and descriptions and all that from my photos. And then I'm just going to go in really quick, make sure they all look good, and I'm going to put those live. But yeah, I always keep a little bit of a draft bank. If you ever find men's All Saints, they fly, especially sweaters. We've been selling a ton of them on WN, and they haven't been selling for crazy money. The consigners keep sending them in, but there's some like merino wool sweaters that go for like 15 to 17 bucks, and people are getting good deals on those. But yeah, they do sell very, very well. Are you doing flat rates with Shippo? I do flat rate shipping on the bay. So when it comes to flat rate shipping, I don't think people understand this. When it comes to flat rate shipping, you're charging the buyer a flat rate. So when it's under a pound, I charge whatever that is, $7. If it's under a pound, it's between 1 and 2 pounds, they get charged $10. If it's over 2 pounds, I usually charge $12 for shipping for that. But I don't have to use flat rate packaging for that stuff. I'm just charging them a flat rate, and then I can use Ground Advantage to ship that out, if that makes sense. So then when it comes to Shippo, I've already charged the customer. I've already charged the customer. I've already charged the customer shipping. So then I just go in and I use Shippo. If I buy a label for $5 and I charge customer $7, I make $2 on shipping on that item. So that's how the flat rate works. We got a double item order here. 2 Ariat shirts sold to the same buyer. This one was really cool. It's got like the Ariat hit, and then the actual pattern itself has like the horns. It's a really cool shirt. And they bought this one, which was brand new with tags. So both of these together, they paid $62.98. That's $52 or $55 plus. No, they got free shipping. So $62.98 is what they sold, or they bought. Remember in my eBay store, if you buy 2 or more items, you get free shipping. If you buy 2 items that are over $50 or any item over $50, they get 10% off. So this person got 10% off, plus they got free shipping on these 2 items. And that just entices people to buy more stuff. I've got more multi-quantity sales than I've ever had before on the bay by using that discount. So yeah, that area is awesome. I almost put that on the bay, but I was like, nah, I'm just going to list that on, or I almost put that on WN. Take pictures, brand new, and also post the lengths and widths. Would you accept the return? Yes, absolutely. I accept tons of returns for fit issues. Even if I put the length and width on them, you got to understand you're putting the length and width, but maybe the bottom part doesn't fit the person well. They can't try the item on. So the only thing they can do is trust your measurements will work. And if they don't work, then you should allow that person to return the item. Now, you should allow them to return the item, but you could decide whether you're going to give them a free return or they're going to pay for return shipping. So that's how that works. You can offer them a return, but you know, they got to pay to return it, right? Most items that are over 2 pounds, I have the buyer, or over a pound, I have the buyer pay return shipping. What items are most sold in your stores? My most sold items, my most sold brand is Ralph Lauren, but I sell mostly men's. And the reason we're selling mostly men's right now is because Joey's home 2 days a week now, so Kayla doesn't get to go thrifting with me. So whenever I go thrifting, I don't really look in the women's section. So if I pin comments, can you see them multicast? I can. I'm not multicast. I'm actually on my phone with this one, and I'm multicasting on the computer. So I have 2 different devices running. So I have to pay attention to 2 different chats. Is it possible to do a WN show without showing your face? Yeah, go watch card breaks. All the people that do card breaks and like open up cards and stuff like that, they don't show their face. They just show the items. You could do a show, a clothing show with just hanging your items, but you're going to be on camera. Like your arm's going to be on camera, right? You're not going to be able to hide your whole face. 6836. This is a men's size 4XB Ralph Lauren shirt, pre-owned condition. This one sold for, what would that be? 38? No, 38? Is that what it sold for? Hold on. Did it sell for 38? Or is that with the international fee? That might be with the international fee. Orders awaiting shipment. The one thing about, no, it sold for $34.99. Sorry, $34.99 is what this one sold for over on the bay. I charge $10 in shipping, so that makes sense. $10 in shipping because I know this is going to be close to a pound or over a pound. That's why I was a little confused. I thought it was $7. Are you taking new consignment? No, I am full on consignment right now. I have legitimately like 10 full U-Haul boxes of consignment, and I have more from these consigners on the way. So it's going to be a little bit before I can actually take consignment in because I just have too much of it. I'd love to take in new consignment. I'd love to be able to do WN shows every single day, but I can't. Because if I take in your consignment and I run a show and I don't get enough people in there, your items don't go for good money. So the show, we're trying to build Wednesdays again. We have starting to build Fridays again, and we already have Saturdays solidified. I would do shows every day. Here's the thing. I've done shows every day. When we were trying to do the mortgage payoff thing, we did shows every day. We saw a huge decline in shows because people just get bored. People get bored of seeing the same stuff over and over again, and I would have to curate shows. And I also like being able to do this kind of stuff, like where I'm live. And if I'm focused on doing a show every day, there's no way I can do content and do all that stuff. So I'm just trying to do 3 shows a week. And eventually we'll have space for consignment. But for right now, I'm pretty full. And to be honest, I'd rather only work with like 4 or 5 people than work with 105 people. So if these 4 to 5 people can supply me with enough consignment, I'd rather just work with them. So is your nose bleeding? It was bleeding the other day. It is bleeding. Hey, Kayla, can you bring me a tissue? My nose has been bleeding like every day. I don't know why. Oh, well, at least it didn't drip out. That'd have been kind of nasty. All right, let's ship another item. I don't know why. I've been, like, the last couple days I've been waking up and my nose has been bleeding. Might be a dry house. I don't know. We did hit a dry spell there. I don't know.
Bleeding out again?
Yeah. You want to ship an item for me while I wipe my nose? It's probably not beautiful on camera.
Yeah.
It's actually not. It's not. It must have been bleeding.
I didn't see anything, but...
No, it is. It's like the corner. I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. I'm good. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Anyways, back to shipping. Real life right there. That's real life. Humidifier. Yeah, so we've been using a air purifier in the kids' rooms. But maybe it's that. I don't know. Maybe it's just because we're in humidifier while you're sleeping. Okay, we'll do that. I'll buy one. This is a good brand. It's called Raffaello Rosie. Raffaello Rosie. This one ended up selling over on the Bay for $59.99. This person got that 10% off, so they paid $53.99 for this. Good little sale right there. This has been listed for a while. We have to wait for the right buyer to come by, but this finally sold. So good little sale right there. This one's going shipping out in a bag. Do you only refund original shipping on return items? Yeah. So if somebody returns an item, and they have free returns, they just get a return label. If it's buyer pays return shipping, all I have to do is refund them the cost of the item. So if that makes sense. If they paid for shipping and they're just shipping the item back to me and I gave free returns, I'm only paying for the return label. I'm not going to refund them for their first label and their second label. They're only getting the return label, if that makes sense. It's not free shipping, free returns. It's buyer pays shipping with a free return, if you follow what I'm saying. 13 to 15 ounces. This one is going for $7.45. Let me see how much this would cost on the Bay. If this would be the same price. Be $0. So on the Bay, it would be the same, $7.45. So anything over a pound is when you will see your advantage with using Shippo. Either way, you're just going to use the same shipping. So has it rained there in a while? No, it hasn't rained here in a couple of weeks. Still figure out how to set up the 921 shipping bundle. Do you have to video for WN? Your items automatically bundle. They automatically bundle on WN. So if somebody buys 2 items from you, they'll automatically bundle until it hits 5 pounds, and in some cases, those items will unbundle themselves. So you'll have the first, let's say you have 1 pound shipping and they bought 5 items. For some people, the 6th item will create a brand new bundle for them. They'll pay $9.21 again, and then they'll be on free shipping again. I don't know why. In some cases it does that. In some cases it doesn't. But for example, Tuition Ain't Cheap, Amanda, she bought I think it was 12 items from us on Saturday show, and she had 3 orders because the first 2 had 5 items in it. First 2 had 5 items in it. The next one had 1 or 2 items in it. So that's how it works. Automatically bundles though. And then my shipping settings on WN are, I can't show you. Oh, can I show you? Do I have my other phone out here somewhere? Oh, I don't have my other phone. My shipping settings on my actual show, if I go into a show and I change the settings, it's priority and priority. I don't do priority and ground advantage, so it's an easy fix. Did I hear all about? I didn't hear all about it. I saw what he had in the show, though. I saw what he had. 5266. He showed me when I went into his live. I only got 2 more orders, by the way. So drop your comments if you have any questions or anything like that. Drop in the chat. $22.99 plus ship. This is a men's extra large Ralph Lauren shirt. So wet here, it's crazy. Been like flash flooding. Yeah, here we haven't had any rain in like a couple weeks. Would you say Nifty AI is worth it for somebody just starting out? If you're just starting out, no. I wouldn't have you pay for a service. I mean, it's going to share your clause. It's going to send out offers. You're going to be able to cross list. But the key is to make the service pay for itself, right? So you're going to want to do it when you have enough items for it to share and create more sales for you, rather than do it before you have the items listed. So what I would suggest is get around 100 to 150 items listed and then start using Nifty AI. So if you just start listening to eBay first, you grow that platform, and then once you get about 150 items listed, then get Nifty and then start cross-posting your items, because you already have like learned how all the ins and outs of the bay. That's what I would say. Don't do it too early, because it won't pay for itself, and then you'll be like, K-Way told me to get it and it's not working. It's because you did it too early. It's like hiring an employee. You don't hire an employee when you first start your business and you're first starting to grow it, when you can do it all yourself. So what platforms do you sell the most on? WN. What nuts? What platforms do you cross list to? eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, and it can also do it on Etsy, but I don't sell on Etsy. So those are the 5 platforms you can cross list to. It's the best cross listing service out there by far. In my opinion, I've used all of them, and Nifty beats them all. Nifty beats them all. Do you think Poshmark is good? I do. I shipped out 7 orders today on Posh. I think Posh, Mercari, and Depop are like extra orders. That's how I feel about them. I've done on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Depop this year. I've done over 100 grand in sales. Most of that comes from the Bay. I can actually tell you exactly how much comes from the Bay. Hold on. So this is Nifty. I'm going to show you guys the screen if I can get it. Boom, boom, boom. This is Nifty. Say hi, Nifty. And I'm going to go to my analytics page, my insights page, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do 2025. So year 2025, as you can see, that's my total sales across these platforms over here, and you can see my totals. So eBay's 88,000 out of the 113. That's like 80% of my sales come from the Bay. 18,000 come from Posh, 5,000 from Depop, 2,000 from Mercari. So those are the numbers. That's why I always tell people Bay first, eBay first, then the other platforms. That's what you should be listing to, because that's where you're going to get most of your sales from. Shame that Whatnot is down. Yeah, there's lots of platforms that are down. Unfortunately, I won't be able to ship most of the orders. So sell on Posh. There you go. You should sell on the Bay. I think the eBay is, you'll find that you sell more on eBay. If you're selling the same stuff on Posh, you should be able to sell more on eBay. $32.99 plus ship. eBay sale, Lululemon men's pants, nice little bread and butter sale. I had these listed for $35, I think, and Nifty sent out a 10% out offer, and this person accepted. How do you increase followers? Where? Like what platform? Are you talking about WN? Are you talking about social media? Like where exactly are you trying to increase your followers? I'll tell you this. The answer to all of those is one thing: consistency. That's it. Consistency is key. I think my daughter's about to come home too. She gets home early on Mondays. Consistency is key. That's my answer to everything. If you want to grow on any platform, the way you grow is you be consistent on that platform. You source daily? I don't source daily, no. I source 2 to 3 times a week. A lot of my stuff comes in wholesale now. So ship internationally? I ship internationally through the international shipping program. I don't ship internationally direct to consumer. I let eBay do that for me, because I have way more protections on the international shipping program than I do. Basically, the international shipping program, I think that's what it's called now. It used to be the global shipping program. Now it's the international. Basically, when I ship the item to eBay's hub, which is the international shipping hub, from there, they ship it to wherever the customer is. As long as my item makes it to the international shipping hub, then I'm fine. If it gets destroyed on the way to the person's address, they refund the customer and they let me keep my money. Whenever you relist an item for me on eBay, I'm finding that I have to go into eBay and manually bulk promote. Yeah, so you need a promoted listings campaign is what you need to set up. You can set that up on eBay itself. You go into your, hold on, I'll walk you step by step how to set this up. You go on your is it marketing? Advertising? Hold on. Yeah, you go on your advertising dashboard. So it's advertising. You can click dashboard or campaigns, and then you're going to click, I guess I can show this. Advertising right at the top, dashboards or campaigns, either one will work. And then you're going to click create a new campaign. And then from there, you're going to create a promoted listings campaign. As you can see, everything I list gets promoted at 9%. You can also set like different parameters for that stuff. It doesn't have to be 9%. It can be a different limit, but as soon as my items get listed now, Nifty automatically, when it gets relisted by Nifty, eBay automatically promotes it at 9%. That's not something you can set up through Nifty, although I think that's something that she can actually implement on Nifty to make it do that. So Facebook and social media, again, be consistent. The best way to grow on social media right now is videos. Short form videos are going to be the way to go. You can do picture posts, you can do stuff like that, but videos are the way to go. I can act like myself and be a natural human being. I would say be yourself in your videos. Don't try to be anybody else. Don't watch somebody else's videos and try to imitate them. Be yourself in your videos and just give out a bunch of free information and you'll get a whole bunch of followers. Recurring consistent, have sold 0 on the Bay. I think you're listing the wrong items then. There's way more buyers on the Bay than there is on those other two platforms. So naturally you're going to see more sales on those, or you have something wrong on your account. And most of the time when somebody's listing on Posh and Mercari, they have something wrong with their shipping because they don't understand how shipping works. So they're charging like $20 to ship a shirt and they don't realize it until they go into their listings and they figure it out. So most likely that's what you're having issues with. How do you go about getting a wholesale supplier? How do you go about it? You can search for them on the internet. I'll tell you this, nobody who has a wholesale supplier is just going to go, here's my wholesale supplier, without them getting some kind of kickback in return, because it takes a while to find a good wholesale supplier. So for example, I have a wholesale website. It's called Lystit, lystit.net. If you go there, there's a whole bunch of people under me that are selling wholesale. You guys can sell wholesale if you want under that platform. So if you have a whole bunch of stuff you want to move really quick, you can put it on there, but I make a commission off of every one of those items that sell. So that's the kickback for me. I can share my wholesalers because every time they sell something, I make something. But naturally somebody's not just going to go, here's the best site for wholesale, go buy all the wholesale, because usually those sites don't have a lot of supply. So that's how it works. How much you make from social media? How much I make from social media? I make a good amount from social media. I try not to tell how much I make from socials. I don't mind sharing how much I make from selling and stuff like that. But social media is a little different because I have different affiliates who work with me who have different rates for what they pay me compared to other people. So I don't like sharing that. It's just like walking into a job and saying, how much does Joe make compared to how much Keith makes, right? And they both won't answer that question. It's like known that you don't answer that question. So, but yeah, I have different rates that I make, but I make a good amount from social media now. I've grown it. It's taken me years to get to this point. I started doing social media in 2021. It's now 2025 and I'm just starting to make like a good amount from social. So, all the affiliates that I have linked, those are all places that I make money from. Usually I don't usually do affiliate links without making money. So if you go through my accounts and you look at them, you can kind of figure out that I'm doing okay. Sorry, on Posh, does Nifty work cross-listing to Posh and eBay? Yeah, you can download all of your listings from Posh and you can cross-list them to eBay. Super simple, super easy to do. If you go to my YouTube, you can watch the video. I have a bunch of Nifty guides up there right now. Also, if you click this link, see, this is part of the affiliate right here. If you click this link, for example, let's just talk. Since somebody asked me, I'll be an open book about this part. I won't share how much I make. There's the Nifty link that'll get you a 7-day free trial and it gets you 15% off your first month. For example, this is known because anybody can do this. If you sign up with Nifty, if you make an affiliate link, you can get paid for people signing up through your link. You make 20% per month off their sub. So if somebody signs up for a $90 subscription, I make $18 a month for as long as they stay subscribed. So if you add up, like that starts adding up over time, you get more and more subscriptions, you make more and more money monthly, and you've basically done all the work in the beginning. Now I do answer questions all the time, so I do keep people subscribed. People say like something's not working, I'm going to not sign up, and I try to like talk them off the ledge and be like, yeah, but if you sign up for this platform, it's going to be the same thing. So it does help that I do that and I keep people signed up for a longer time. But yeah, that's just like one of the affiliates that I work with. So have you tried the cross-lister from eBay to whatnot? The only one that does that is Vendu. I have that one link too. That's the only one that does that. It's Vendu. Stealing from donation boxes, selling to rag houses. Damn. That's a hustle right there. Can you give the wholesale site again? lystit.net. Can I write over here? How do I write in the chat? There's no way to write in the chat. That's so weird. Why wouldn't it let the... Oh, there it goes. Comment. There you go. That's the wholesale site. There's a bunch of wholesale up there right now. I'm going to start revamping it in the next like month because we're actually going to have some good wholesale coming over to list it. We're nifty with added subscription with two base stores. I don't know of any services that offer that, Ralph. That's the only thing. I don't know of any services that offer that. So Nifty would be the first, but then there would be, yeah, there would be an additional charge for that. Maybe it's something she can do. It's hot in Florida. How do you keep cool under the hot, humid days in your garage? So that is obviously what is it, insulated. The garage door is insulated, so it keeps a lot of the cold air from going out. And like right now, I have the door open to the house, so it's letting all the AC in here. So it keeps it nice. Like right now, I'd have to guess it's probably like 80 degrees in here right now. It's a little hot, but it's not unbearably hot. So, all right. When you say affiliates, is that the commercial ads we see in between two? Oh, no. So if you're watching this on replay, those aren't affiliated with me. That's just YouTube giving you like commercials. That's all that is. I don't choose the commercials. They just put it in. So if I ever monetize live, which sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, YouTube just picks ads. And if you watch the ads, then I get a little kickback for you watching the ads. That's how almost all YouTube things work. But I'm talking about the things that I've linked. I have those specific partners that I work with, like Shippo is now a specific partner I work with, where when you guys sign up through Shippo, I do get a kickback. They say, thanks for making that person sign up. We've got the person in now. Now it's our job to keep them here. That's basically how that works. So Vendu does, yes. Oh, Vendu does. Vendu has a way to link to. Okay, I'll talk to her about that. That's competition. She needs to know that. Thanks for Lucky Haul at Goodwill while you're live. Plus, what do you think about... I've never heard of that brand. I'd have to look them up. Key with ties is they need to have at least like a 25% sell-through rate for me to pick them up. That's what I'll say. So if the comps look good and 25%, I'll pick it up. I've been doing Amazon liquidation reselling for 5 years, and I'm now starting to do what you do with clothes and starting eBay. Is it strange to me have Amazon liquidation items and clothes? No, you can have a mix of everything. It doesn't matter, Bridget. A mix of everything will work. Although those liquidation items usually take a little bit longer to sell. That's what I'll say. Who pays you more, YouTube or TikTok? YouTube by far. I don't make anything on TikTok unless it's like TikTok Shop. But I don't sell anything on TikTok Shop either. And I don't really make much. Surfs just shared his YouTube the other day. I think people think we make like a buttload of money from those platforms, but we really don't. So here, I'll show you. I don't care. You can see. You can see what I see. Does this show how much I'm making? How do I see that? Oh, maybe over here. Earn. Why doesn't it show? Why doesn't it show? Where do I see this? I don't even know where this is. Content, maybe? No. Analytics, that's probably where it is. There we go. You guys want to see my analytics? Here you go for YouTube. I don't really focus too much on YouTube, but those are my analytics right there. I have made, flip camera. I've made in the last month $374.33 on YouTube. I don't put out too much videos. If I put out a lot more videos, I probably would be able to monetize that. Monetize that a little bit better, but I don't really focus too much on that stuff. So I think Surfs is pretty much the same amount as me. Really, when it comes to lives, we don't make anything from these lives. Whoa, that's weird. It's like all messed up over here. Hang on. Why is this not bigger? Unable to share screen. That's not good. There it goes. Now we're back over here. But yeah, we don't make too much from over there. Thanks, Surfs. Thanks for the roses. Thanks for the roses. Surfs, I'm beating you on monetization on YouTube. Haha. Haha. I made more money than you did this month on YouTube. Haha. We always mess with each other like that. But yeah, we don't make too much from that. We make more from affiliate links. We discovered Surfs on YouTube and brought him here. I discovered him on TikTok. I didn't discover on YouTube. I discovered him on TikTok. Appreciate you, Melissa. I feel like eBay always sides with the buyer, and sometimes people will do anything to get their money back. Yeah, but that's few and far between. If you're worried about that, what I always say, Kim, and this is how I talk people off the ledge right here. If you're worried about that, go open your own storefront. First, you won't get as much traffic as you do on the Bay to your own storefront. And then on top of that, if you had a storefront like a Plato's and people were walking into that store, take a while to get, like, just go to a Plato's and ask them how much people steal from Plato's every single month. You probably get way more stolen every single month on average from a Plato's than you do from people stealing on the bay and getting a return, but you still get your item back. Whereas Plato's, you don't get the item back. They just walked out the door. You'll never see that item again. You're losing way more money that way. So don't worry too much about that. It'll happen every now and again, but I wouldn't make it like the end of the world. And that's why I don't sell online, because if that's your excuse, I mean, there's bad people everywhere. I wouldn't make that the reason that you don't sell online, because there's so much more good. If you focus on all the negative, there's such little negative when it comes to selling, such little negative when it comes to everything, and everybody will focus on that little negative when there's all of this positive out of it. Focus on all that positive, and it'll change your mind about a lot of things, especially social media. Everybody wants to focus on the negative. When you look at the comment section, I've said this before, I could literally make a video giving a kid ice cream. Appreciate the heart me. I could literally give a video of me giving free ice cream out to kids, and people will comment and be like, how did you know those kids weren't lactose intolerant? You're going to hurt their stomachs. You're going to be, how do you know their parents would allow you? Why are you giving ice cream to kids, you creep? Like, people will make all that assumptions up and all that because they just want to focus on that little bit of negative instead of the overall positive of the video. Just look at my how to list on eBay short. People in that comments were like, everybody, you didn't steam your items, you didn't clean your items, you don't iron your items. I can't believe that. Like, instead of watching that whole video, all the free stuff I just gave in that video, you're going to try to nitpick and find the negative. Like, that's what people do. Don't be that person. Don't be that person. I think sales will go up today. Maybe people will be on the bay shopping. I haven't heard any extra cha-chings yet. So I feel like eBay's gotten a lot better at being fair to the sellers. Yeah, I think so too. Do you think Nifty analytics are correct for eBay? They match Poshmark, but not eBay. They do. Bobby, what you have to do is resync your data. Probably you don't have the shipping data in there. So every month I would resync all of your data, and it's just importing your data. Top right-hand corner, you hit import, it'll bring all your data in. Most likely that's why you're not seeing the same results. So yeah, Nick got you right there. Boom. Nick, me and you think alike. We pick on surfs, and you literally comment the same thing that I comment. Like, Nick, we're on the same wavelength. Let's just keep going. Do you like WN or eBay more? I like WN more, and the reason is because I like doing this. So I like it. All content is rage bait for someone. Yeah, absolutely. Does it take a while to let a customer even know if you knew? Wait, does it take a while to get a customer? No. If you list items that are currently selling and they're selling at a fast rate, you're going to see sales come in. Appreciate all gifts. You're going to see sales come in. It's not so much about the person selling; it's more about the items that you're selling. So, what is your W? I'm the same name on all platforms. I got a show this Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday is going to be the big show. It's going to be another Ralph Lauren show, so make sure you bookmark it. Last week, I posted the numbers on my socials. We did 8,600 in sales in like 3 hours on WN with that Ralph Lauren show, so it was fun. I'm not going to do eBay Live. I think it's not there yet. Maybe one day, but not now. I won't say never, but I'm probably not going to do it anytime soon. Do you have any videos on shipping? I don't have any videos on shipping, but I do shipping right here. So always ask your questions here, and I can try to answer them live. Sweet, I did a Ralph Lauren show, and it's so good on there. Yeah, Ralph Lauren. I said this during that Whatnot show. Ralph Lauren's the one brand I think that I could sell every single week for the next 5 years and never see a decline in sales, only see an increase, especially if you get the right items. So what would Nick do? Should be a thing. Yeah, what would Nick do? Make fun of surfs, 100%. What's up, Jen? All right. A few Whatnot sellers have started giving buyers refunds. A few Whatnot sellers have started giving buyers refunds. I don't know what you mean by that. I wish they would give me the access to be able to refund my customers. I can only give out coupons right now. Like, if somebody reach out to me and says, hey, I got a problem with my item, they send photos, it looks like there's a problem with their item, I wish I could just refund them, but I don't have access to that yet. They only have it for certain sellers, so I'm hoping soon they give me access. I don't have many problems with items we sell. We just had one, like last week, out of all the items we sold, we had one item where there was like a little bit of matting on the sweater and I missed it. And the person was like, hey, I want a refund. Is there any way? I was like, I can give you coupons for your next item and you can just keep the item, but I can't send you a refund. You have to go through WN to do that. So I wish they would give me access to that. Can you store the most expensive items that you sell? Yeah, of course. You can add insurance to your labels. That's what I would do. You're too kind, Dora. Don't listen to me. Do you have an LLC? No, I don't have an LLC. Not yet. I should have got one earlier this year, but I don't. Um, have you only disputed one return? Have only disputed one return um, on eBay, refund the buyer, and let me keep the money. There you go. So they protected you. They protected you, Ralph. All right, chat. I appreciate you guys. Lots of questions. I appreciate everybody hanging out today. I'll probably be live tomorrow morning. It'll definitely be a shorter shipping live tomorrow, so it won't be as long as today's. Hopefully we're able to ship some of these items today for you guys. If you've already had your items shipped, you should be good. But right now we still can't get in to ship these items on that platform. So if you bought some from this weekend, it might be tomorrow before you get your items shipped. But I did get quite a few out. So those of you who bought on Friday's show, your stuff is already out. We have a show on Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday this week. So make sure you bookmark all of those shows. Wednesday is going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a consignment unboxing, and I'm literally going to run the items out of the box. I don't know what's in the box. I'm going to start probably $10 starts or $5 starts. I don't know. I'm going to talk to the consigner and literally run the items right out of the box. So you guys will get really good items if you're there. It's going to be fun. And then we're going to test that out because I might do that on Wednesdays where I just have a consignment box where I just run the whole box. That way I can start bringing in more consignment too. And then Friday and Saturday. Friday is going to be a mixed show. Saturday is going to be another Ralph Lauren show. So bookmark all of them. Lots of $10 being thrown around, if you know what I mean. I can't say the G word. And yeah, content this week. I'm going to try to film a whatnot video where I discuss how to set up a show and all that, but I don't know. We'll see how the schedule works this week. And I'm going to try to do a live thrift this week too. Another live thrift. I'm going to try to do it on a Wednesday. So live thrift on Wednesday. I might just do it over here on TikTok and then post it on Facebook and YouTube. I think that's the way to include everybody. So look out for that. And that's it.